fishing community lost a legend a few days ago. Uncle Larry, the inventor, creator of one of the best spinners ever made for kokanee fishing, for trout fishing. The guy was fantastic. He was always willing to share his knowledge, not only with myself, with a lot of my peers, with a lot of kids. The guy would always be willing to share information, always had a smile on his face. He worked at Sacramento Pro Tackle for a long time, and we're lucky enough here at Catch America to have acquired Uncle Larry's spinners. In honor of him today, we ran his spinners almost exclusively today. And once again, rest in peace, Uncle Larry. You will be missed.
Since I'm on the water trolling a pair of Uncle Larry's spinners, it seems like a fitting time to announce that Uncle Larry Barnes, the inventor of Uncle Larry spinners, passed away a couple. There you go, Uncle Larry spinner right there. Uncle Larry passed away a couple days ago, and he was an innovator. He was a true gentleman. I met him for the first time in the early 2000s. Taught me some things about kokanee fishing that definitely put me on the path to success. He was just a great gentleman, a very good angler, and we're all the worse for having had him pass. And this fish right here is a tribute to the innovation, the expertise, the attention to detail that Uncle Larry brought to the sport of trout and salmon trolling. And he lived a long, full life, but it's still very sad to hear of his passing. He was a man of really good integrity.
I would like to pay tribute. We lost a great man in the tackle industry. His name's Larry Barnes, better known as Uncle Larry. Uncle Larry's Lures was a great man and a great fisherman, soft-spoken, but when he spoke, you better listen, because he was the man to catch fish and to make lures and spinners. He made salmon lures. He could make it all, and it was such high quality. He set the bar for all tackle manufacturers. So, Larry, here's to you. I hope you're catching a lot of fish, buddy.
Hey guys, Captain Nate checking in with your weekly fishing report for Catch America for the week of May 12th. We're out here right now, and my crew today absolutely demolished the fish. We went out with intentions to go out and get our trout, but we dropped in some king and kokanee gear. We ended up getting, I think, 3 kings, 5 kokanee, probably lost another 8 kokanee behind the boat. Full limits of big Eagle Lake trout. We're going to go and show you this massive bag. We got kokanee up to 17 inches and probably close to 2 pounds. We're talking massive day. Oh yeah, there's also a couple of crappie.
It's a crappie day. It was not a crappie.
Look at that big old fat kokanee. Big kings. Big trout. Big crappie. It's just a bag that never ends. Just a massive day, guys. Massive day. And I mean, you see the bag. Guys, we lit them up. All species. This corn crushed them. Everything crushed them. We had stickbaits out there smothered on our boards. We caught fish on those. These fish are still anywhere from, I'd say, 15 feet. We got fish all the way down to 60 feet today. Chasing marks. They're all over the place. The gear that we're telling you to run, guys, it works. Period. It flat out works. Get yourself some chrome killer scent. Run it. You won't be disappointed. You got a chance of catching anything that swims in the lake. Lake Amador, still producing some fantastic fishing. The fishing, it's slowed down a little bit for the guys on the bank. A lot of these fish have pushed out into deeper water. So you're going to want to get out there. You want to troll anywhere from 15 all the way down to about 35, 40 feet. And run your spoons, run your trigger spoons, your trigger spoon juniors, your speedy shiners, your optimizers. Run them hard, run them fast. By that I mean anywhere from like 2.7 all the way up to 3.2, 3.3 miles an hour. Smother them in chrome killer. You'll have a good chance of being successful. Comanche and Pardee both just planted again. But like I've told you in the previous reports, with no boats being allowed, you need to be there the day that they plant in order to have a good shot at catching them on power bait. night crawlers, mini jigs, power eggs, stuff of that nature, because these fish will be looking for much cooler water really fast. And that's kind of just the way it is right now, guys. You know, as unfortunate as it may be, it's just the way it is. And hopefully things change and get better for us here real soon. And, you know, I know East Bay Mud's trying to figure some things out. And hopefully they'll come up with a way that we can all get back out on the water and enjoy these beautiful lakes that we have out there. Other than that, that's going to wrap up my fishing report for this week. Please give us a like, subscribe, share. Check out my Facebook page. Check out Catch America for our lure packages, for our scent, all that good stuff. Keep an eye out. For the new packages that will be kokanee and king salmon packages.
Howdy folks, Kel Kellogg here. It is time for the Catch America Collins Lake Fishing Report. Early in the week, I'd rate the action at Collins Lake as excellent. The fish were aggressive, easy limits every single day. As the week went on, the action declined a little bit, but I'd still describe it as very good because the full moon came on and that made the fish a little tentative. That's when we started seeing some short strikes. We started hooking some fish. They'd be on the line for a few seconds and they'd shake the hook simply because they were starting to just nip at the baits. They were starting to be a little finicky. And you know, that's what you can expect when that full moon comes on. A few more days, it's going to go right back to excellent because that full moon is going to decline and the fish are going to get aggressive once again. Surface temperature at Collins first thing in the morning, 68 degrees or so, and on a wind still day with lots of sun, you'll see that surface temperature spike up well above the 70-degree mark. We've got a little storm coming in. We've got some big wind brewing, and I think that's going to knock the surface temperature down a little bit, which is good. I think the fish are going to stay put right where they're at. Best depths for me, 15 to 30 feet deep. Don't be afraid to drop a deeper line down, though, if you see some good marks. My buddy Wes was out there the other day. He dropped down to 50 feet and got a big old lightning trout. We've been catching a mix of quality lightning trout up to about 4.5 or 5 pounds and beautiful rainbow trout, including some holdovers with square tails, just phenomenal fish. My rainbows this week ranged up to about 4 pounds. Lots of fish in that 2.5 to 3 pound range. Everything up there's got orange flesh, great eating fish. Number one bait for me, same as last week, the bubblegum pink Trout Tricks minnow rigged just like that with the action disc. I've been getting that Mustad number 4 hook well back into bait to catch some of those short strikers. And as the short strikes became more pronounced, I did experiment with some different rigging, and we'll talk more about this probably in another video, but I'll show it to you. I was running everything the same, the disc, the whole deal, except I replaced my standard Mustad single hook with a number 8 red Mustad treble, and I'll tell you what, that converted some of those window shoppers into fish in the net. Now, if you're just Joe average guy out there looking for a limited trout, don't think you need to go to that extreme. But there were days this week when I had 3 and 4 people on the boat, and that meant for them to take home limits, I needed 15 or 20 trout. So I needed to convert as many of those tentative strikes into fish in the net as possible, and running that treble hook on 2 or 3 of my baits absolutely made that happen. It's harder to rig that way, but it does work. Finally, you want to be using scent out there. Trigger scent. It goes on every bait, every time. And again, when those fish get tentative, that little bit of taste, that little bit of scent can really help you close the deal. And I went through about 2 bottles of this stuff this week because I was putting it everywhere. I was putting it on the minnows. I was putting it on the action disc, just getting out as much scent as I could when I saw those fish getting less and less aggressive due to the full moon. Target trolling speed for me, 2 miles an hour. I might let it drop down to 1.7, 1.8, and I might spike it up to 2.2, 2.3. But definitely the target trolling speed was 2 miles an hour. And when I saw marks on my screen that I thought were in range of my baits, I really started zigzagging. I started maneuvering the boat. And again, that got us a few extra strikes. And those few extra strikes and those few extra fish, you know, landed due to the treble hook rigging. Those definitely added up to some really epic days. Lots of times this week when I went over to the cleaning station, I had a 5-gallon bucket full of beautiful trout. If you like this kind of content, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, and you'll always know when the Catch America team is here on YouTube talking about fishing and giving you the most up-to-date fishing reports possible. I'm Kel Kellogg. You have a great day, and I'll catch you next time right here on YouTube.
Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Captain Brian with Big Daddy's Guide Service, bringing you the Catch America Lake Almanor fishing report. We got a good-looking morning in front of us here. I think you can see out the back windows of the cab of the boat. Beautiful morning start. I got a fun group of guys doing a little pickup here on the west shore at Wilson's Camp Prattville and Carol's Cafe's dock. Picking the guys up, and we're going to be headed out here in a few minutes and getting after it. The bite hasn't been what I would describe as easy over the last week. It's been a little bit difficult. The fish are being a little bit finicky right now. Probably has something to do with the fact that there is so much food in the water. Best bet is if you find some fish, do your best to stay right on top of them. If they're not biting right away, maybe switch up your presentation. Go from slow to fast or fast to slow. See if you can trigger some bites that way. Still battling a little bit of water clarity. It's getting much, much better, but definitely using a lot of scent, running a lot of scent on the gear right now to help those fish track down your baits, whether they're artificials or naturals. It's been an interesting week here at Lake Almanor. We've got water temperatures up into the mid to upper 50s. On the sunny days with light wind, we're seeing that temperature top out in the low 60s already. The bug hatches are still everywhere. Midge hatches going off on the east shore, the west shore, north end of the lake. Everything, again, just as it has been in weeks past, everything is on the table right now. So you need to be a little bit flexible, but you got a lot of options out here. Again, this week, I've been kind of mixing things up with a combination of fast and slow action. On the fast side, we're running a lot of the trigger spoons, the Optimizer Juniors. Bright colors seem to be the ones that are getting hit. Few on the darker colors, but mainly the bright colors. On the slow side, we got real betas working, night crawlers. On the soft plastic side, grubs, worms, all of that. Slow presentations, mile an hour, 1.2 miles an hour. Probably the hottest depths going right now for all of it is somewhere between 15 and 30 feet. You see a lot of fish on the surface, especially when the surface is flat. But those fish aren't spending a lot of time there. They're coming up from down below because most all these fish are feeding on the aquatic bug hatches. They can eat that hatch at any level from the bottom all the way to the surface. So those fish are usually following the hatch up. You'll see them swirl at the top and then they'll go right back down. We've got a ton of osprey and eagle activity out here right now, and the smart fish anyway. The smart fish know that, so they're not going to spend a lot of time by this glassy surface up real shallow. So about 15 feet is about as shallow as I've been running over the course of the last week. To all the moms out there, I hope you had a great Mother's Day. It's hard to believe it's already the middle of May. This season is going by extremely fast. We got a lot of exciting fishing coming up for the rest of the year here at Lake Almanor. I look forward to seeing you guys on the water. For more information about the trips we're running here at Almanor or the other lakes that I fish, you can find us on the web at bigdaddyfishing.com or on the social media stuff at Big Daddy's Guide Service. Tight lines, everybody.
Hey there, this is Kevin Brock. It is May 13th. We are doing the Strapper report for the Colusa area on the Sacramento River. Let's see where we're at. We're at Colusa today. I would rate the fishing as slow. The fish have moved down. The majority of the fish have moved downstream. More fish towards Knight's Landing, Verona. Although the last couple of days the water has increased out of Keswick to 14,000 CFS. So the water, I'm looking at it right now. You can hear it behind me. It's still green color, but it's getting darker, and there's a lot of debris coming down. So keep an eye open for that. We got our fish today. Probably big fish, was probably 14 pounds. And so overall, we got them, but we had to work for them. The guys down in Nice Landing were trolling, and they were whacking fish right out of the boat ramp. And so they were using these right here. So I brought a couple to show you. I was up in Colusa using minnows today, but Nice Landing to Verona, the water's coming up. So trolling has just been excellent. That color there and the clown color there and that pink color right there. So temperature's probably mid-70s. It's just beautiful, just gorgeous out today. Check out everything else at Catch America. We appreciate all you guys. Like and subscribe. If you want to book a trip with me, we got all kinds of new things coming up. Check us out at fishkevinbrock.com. And I appreciate you all very much. God bless to you, and hopefully this report helps you, but I'd move down from Tisdale down or even further down this next week if you're striper fishing. All right, thank you much. Bye now.
Hey guys, Brett Brady here, Bare Bones Guide Service. Welcome to Catch America, our weekly fish report. So we've been fishing the Sac River for our spring stripers, but it's been a pretty good week. Things are really coming to an end now for us. Maybe one more week of fishing, and then we're going to be switching on over to kokanee, landlocked king salmon, and trout. So the action's still got to come at you. But this is winding down pretty good now. Water temperatures have gone way up there. A lot of the fish have already spawned off and headed back to the Delta system. We'll get back on them down there in the Delta system later on this summer and into the fall. But for now, our spring run up the Feather River and Sac Rivers are coming to a quick end. Got some good video and some pictures there for you guys to take a look at. But it's been a great week. Fish up to 15 pounds. But again, it's all coming to an end. Mainly on the minnows. A little bit on some casting. Got a little casting on in with some swim baits. A little bit of trolling as well. But that's about it. Minnow is still king. We're going to still see a trickle of fish coming through the system, but nothing at all like the numbers that we've been seeing the last few weeks. So that'll be it for me. Until next week. Catch you then.
Hi, I'm Captain Monty Smith of Gold Country Sport Fishing, and I'm here with your Catch America Don Pedro Weekly Fishing Report. Not much has changed outside of the water continues to rise at Don Pedro. No, it's not full yet, but it's getting there. It's probably about 16, 17 feet from full capacity. And again, the water conditions are excellent. The other day, I could see a shark weight down 14 feet. The water is almost too clear, but I'm not going to complain. It's in great shape. There's still grass in the lake, a little bit of debris. Water clarity is, like I said, it's perfect. We've been catching king salmon, and king salmon. It's all about king salmon the past several weeks. We continue to use frozen shad that's put in a brine the day before on a homemade harness that I make. And the crazy thing is that the king salmon are mixed in with the rainbows. We're catching kings anywhere from 45 to 85 feet. And the other day we caught a rainbow at 83 feet. What he's doing down there this time of year, I have no idea. But obviously there has to be cold water and bait. The king salmon, we're still catching a lot of them, and the size has come down a little bit. We're not catching the quality that we was, but they're there. The fish are there. I mean, we're still catching them 2.5 to 3.5 pounds, which are nice fish. And the rainbows, we're catching 21, 22-inch rainbows. And like I said, they're all mixed in together, So we're going to have to take a temperature reading, and that's, to see, because the water temperature on the surface is 70 degrees. And with this continued warming weather, it's only going to warm the surface temperature up anyway. So I'll be sticking this fish hawk temperature. You put it on your downrigger ball, you lower it down to 100 feet, then you bring it back up, and you take a reading at every 5-foot increments. And what I do, I get my phone out and I snap a picture from the surface to 100 feet at the various depths to find that sweet spot where these fish should be hanging, and where they are hanging at that depth. So if you want to book a trip, give me a call, 209-581-4734, or go to the web at goldcountrysportfishing.com. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and that'll give you updates every week. So let's get out there and let's go fishing. There's a lot of fish to be caught. And thanks again, Monty Smith of Gold Country Sport Fishing. We'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.
Hey guys, I'm Captain Jeff Goodwin. Welcome to Catch America Fishing Report for the week of May 12th. We're just now wrapping up our striped bass season on the Sacramento River down in the Colusa area. And boy, what a great year. Really good conditions, caught tons of great fish, caught some really big fish this year. So we're really happy with where we left off, and can't wait to get back out there again next year. So this week we start fishing Shasta Lake, Whiskeytown Lake, and I have a good report on Trinity Lake as well. And all those lakes are fishing good for kokanee right now, and Shasta and Trinity are fishing good for king salmon. So we had some folks out on the lake this week on Shasta Lake, and the king salmon fishing is pretty exceptional. Rainbows and browns, that's something that's just going to improve as the weeks go by. Shasta is full. Water conditions are great. Nice green water, sitting in the mid 60 degree range, and as we inch closer to summer, those temperatures are going to climb, but Shasta is always a great place to fish in the summertime. So we're going to be doing a lot of trolling for salmon with Dodgers, hoochies, Dodger spoon combos, Dodger cut plugs, and even some flashers and anchovies or herring work really good. That's going to really kick off here in the next couple of weeks, and I expect that Shasta is going to continue to fish really good all the way through the end of September again this year. That's pretty much how that lake fishes year round, or every year. Whiskeytown Lake is already producing good numbers of kokanee, and that lake is going to continue to improve as the weeks go by. June is really the month that kicks off our season, and that'll fish through August like it does just about every year. Trinity Lake, king salmon. There's some big king salmon coming out of there right now. I heard of a 6-pounder caught recently. And the kokanee, good news, the kokanee are bigger than normal for this time of year, which means we might have some nice catchable sized kokanee in Trinity Lake. By the way, the possession limit's 20 kokanee for Trinity Lake. The daily limit is 10 each. So that's a great place to go and load up on kokanee if kokanee is something that you really enjoy fishing for. All the kokanee lakes are pretty much going to be the same thing: Dodger hoochie, Dodger spinner hoochie, Dodgers with spinners and beads. Don't forget your corn, and don't forget to scent that up with some garlic or tuna scent. In these lakes really works very well. So anyways, if you like and subscribe this channel, you'll keep getting all this great information from myself and other guides. So go ahead and take care of that for me right now, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys again next week with more reports on Shasta, Whiskeytown, and Trinity Lakes from Jeff Goodwin Guide Service. If you'd like to book a trip with us, contact us at jeffgoodwinfishing.com, or visit our social media platforms at Instagram and Facebook, to either contact us there or to see what we're up to. So anyways, have a great week, and we will talk to you very soon.
Hey guys, this is Brian Thomas with Three Sons Guide Service. And this is your weekly fishing report for the week of May 13th. We're out here again at beautiful new Melones. The bite couldn't be much better. The weather has been a little shaky the last couple days, but the week should shape up to be a really nice week. The water clarity super clear. We're still getting fish all the way down to 40 feet. They've been biting on pink hoochies, Uncle Larry spinners to micro spinners, with all paired with gold dodgers. You got to use them gold dodgers. It seems to be the best trick. We have been getting full limits pretty much every trip. I mean, without exception, these fish are anywhere between 15 to 17 inches. They're fat and healthy. We've been getting some really, really nice trout in the mix as well. Along, you know, surprisingly with a few catfish. And the catfish bite at nighttime has been even better. I've seen some really, really nice catfish come out of here as well. Don't be afraid to try it, guys. Our tuna belly scented corn has also been working killer for us. If you guys are going to get out here to the lake, make sure you guys get out here a tad bit early. The line does start a little early. It's kind of a pain, but, you know, BR's doing the best they can to get us through. You guys always can catch our fishing reports at Catch America on YouTube. And you can find me, Three Sons Guide Service, on Facebook at Three Sons Guide Service. I hope to see you guys on the next one.
Hi, Captain Wes Hoskin with Catch America and owner of Gray Light Guide Service. Today's May 13th. I'm here with your weekly fishing report for the Sacramento River and the Eastern Sierra. Now, I've got some good news and some bad news. Obviously, it's bad news because I'm sitting in my boat in my garage. I'm changing out tackle and we're changing gears to head to the Eastern Sierra. But first, we're going to start with the stripers. Last week, towards the end, Friday, Saturday, we had some terrific days of fishing on the Sacramento River, but with the hot temps, big moons, and fluctuation of water, our fish hit the eject button. They went out of the system. I haven't been able to find them. Yesterday I started out of Colusa Landing, went downstream, couldn't find fish. In the afternoon trip, I picked my guys up out of Tisdale, thinking I'd be able to find them downstream. Still wasn't able to find them. Only ended up with 2 fish, legal, and about a dozen shakers. So the water clarity is really dirty right now. Had a lot of debris coming downstream, plus the full moon is not helping us. So a lot of our fish spawned off and are working their way back out of the system. So we weren't able to troll yesterday because of the dirty water. We couldn't keep our gear clean. We couldn't even drift minnows in a lot of the sections because we couldn't keep our gear clean. So the fish that we were getting, we were sitting in back eddies, out of the seams where the debris was going by us, and we were able to keep our gear clean. When we are able to keep our gear clean, we're at least able to get some action. So that's your report on the Sacramento River, and it is a little early in the season to turn to how bad it was yesterday. But I think in the next week, if some water stabilizes, there's still going to be some fishing to be had. But I'm changing gears. We're going to the Eastern Sierra. Now, the Eastern Sierra, Bridgeport Reservoir has been fishing really good for rainbow trout. Everyone's doing pretty well on both trolling and bait fishing. Twin Lakes is being consistent. I wouldn't say it's red hot right now, but guys are catching fish each day. The Browns really haven't been too active this year. I think that's mainly due to a warm winter, and a lot of those fish went down in the water column. So I'm really looking forward to getting you guys some content starting next week. We're going to be in the most beautiful fishery I think there is in the state of California, and we're going to be targeting rainbow trout, browns, and kokanee, mainly on Bridgeport and upper Twin Lakes. So don't forget to like and subscribe to Catch America to get your next week's fishing report, and we'll see you on the water.
Hello, this is Roger George of Roger George Guide Service, here for Catch America and your weekly report on San Luis Reservoir. Today is May 12th, and the reservoir has been falling about over a foot a day for the last week. So right now we're down to about 1.5 million acre feet out of approximately 2.1 million acre feet, 70%. And so the water's falling. Obviously the fish start to scatter out a little bit, and maybe we'll have some moderation here soon where the lake will stop falling quite so quickly. The bite overall has been slow, and you can imagine with the full moon that we've had here, very clear full moon, and dropping water, algae is starting to grow like crazy, and water temps coming up to like 72 degrees. It is a changing phenomenon, and we have fish because of these factors that are spawning right now. So we have a lot of milting males that when you catch them are milting all over the boat. So it tells you they're right in the middle of that. And so a lot of the fish are more interested in spawning right now and maybe eating all night during the full moon and spawning than they are during the day. And they're basically kind of suspending during the day, waiting for the nighttime to come back again. So right now we're in a period of time where with all these factors, it's creating a difficult situation, but I expect by the end of this week that things should improve quite a bit. The full moon will go down, the milting and behavior will start to slow down also, and they might go back to their regular pattern. So, you know, we're using, you know, like minnow type lures. Once again, we're back to, you know, Rapalas and Lucky Crafts, and like the 128s Lucky Craft, you can't go wrong with that. But regular minnow type lures, blackback, silver sides, maybe chartreuse belly or red flame, that kind of thing. 2 miles an hour, 100 feet back behind the boat on downrigger has been the best way to get to those fish and cover ground. Minnows are catching a few fish, but once again, they're moving very quickly, so you can't cover as much ground. And then also, guys casting the shoreline, it's been more difficult because these fish have moved out away from the shoreline with the falling water. So we have lots of things going on right now, but I expect things to improve over this period of time as we go into June. So if you like this kind of video and want to be a part of this Catch America situation, I would suggest that you subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment. And if you're interested in getting a hold of me for a trip and all the stripers over there we've been catching, please just give me a call. I think that it's on the video here. That's Roger George Guide Service. Good luck.